All right. Hi. Yeah, this is James from the Zero Authority DAO. We're here today with Stacks on Chain, and this is Russ. So, how are you doing today, Russ?
Doing really well. How are you?
Doing good. So I've had the pleasure of using Stacks on Chain before. I know a lot of big folks in Stacks have as well. For those that are less familiar with Stacks on Chain, could you give us an idea of what you guys have built so far?
Right. So that's analytical platform where you can query blockchain using SQL. That's a very low level of getting access to this information. On the top of that, we built quite a few layers where you can slice and dice data visually. You can extract quite a lot of information specific to DeFi projects or NFT projects. You can see like aggregate view on what's happening on the stacks in general. This is just a tool to help everyone who is involved with stacks blockchain, like whether it's investor or trader or project owner, to have a clear view of what is happening. We have API as well, like which some of the projects are using right now. Like it's a higher level API than Stacks API and allows you to see like more specific information related to NFTs and some DeFi projects like exchanges.
Yeah, and yeah, I know you guys recently have put out some more DeFi related, I guess, data visualizations and things of that nature. So for folks that also are curious, you guys have a lot of NFT related data visualizations as well, and for the people that are really into DeFi, you can also check that out. So kind of to rewind the clock a little bit here, when did you all get started building this? What was the you guys saw a need in the market, and you guys must have dove right in. So curious of the backstory a little bit.
Right. So I invested quite heavily in Stacks blockchain myself, and I noticed that I cannot figure out like what's happening, like how popular the projects are, and like even pricing was kind of hard to get. So I started building like tool for myself, like to get some information for myself. My background is databases and large data systems, so it's naturally was back-end heavy. Like it was mostly about data, and Stacks blockchain makes it easy to get access to like very like low-level information. So I built stacksdata.info website, which was originally metatroll.xyz, but I figured Metatroll is not really good name. Yeah, one of the things I've done which attracted quite a lot of interest was information about mempool, because we had Stacks, we had like few episodes when the network was extremely slow because some of the projects were just bashing, like testing the scalability of the system, which made it really tough for people to do anything on blockchain. So mempool was showing quite well like what's happening. So that was one of the highlights of that. And I had some dashboards, etc. So at the same time, Carl, which is my partner, co-founder, who actually built stacksonchain.com, right? And he built it on his own completely separately from me. And it was front-end heavy, like UI heavy, although he's a data engineer. So after like competing with each other a little bit, we quickly realized that it's just the scope is just too big for one person to handle. So we decided to like join forces. I'm focusing mostly on backend and like data itself, and Carl is mostly focusing on front end and like whatever you see on stacks on chain, like visually, that's his job. Yeah, so 6 months ago, we already had kind of working solution, and which wasn't production ready, like really, but it was able to do quite a lot of interesting things. And since then, we were just iterating and make it more scalable, like extracting more information. In the last 6 months, do a lot of focus on DeFi because DeFi start happening on stacks.
Mm-hmm.
So it just historically it was NFT heavy blockchain. Majority of the interesting projects, like the biggest projects on stacks, were NFTs. But now there are a number of really good big projects in DeFi too. So that's our focus right now.
Yeah. And I know from me and Zero talking with you prior that you also have these dashboards where essentially anybody can also come in and add their own information on stacks on chain as well, right? So it almost creates a probably fairly easy scaling layer for you as new projects come on. They have the ability to create these dashboards on stacks on chain, right?
Yeah, so the realization came when we start cranking out those dashboards, and quite frankly, we don't have enough capacity to do it all, and we don't have enough expertise to do a lot of like good visualization dashboards, charts. People know better than we do. Sometimes they don't know SQL, but I think it's easier to teach people SQL rather than for us to get the expertise in every single niche out there. So and this is a really good model. Like we came to realization that this is exactly what we should do, like to empower people. So they will come to our platform and they will be able to do what they want and what they're good at. And we can focus on the actual platform. It's very popular model in big tech. Like if you look at the big companies out there, they all follow this model, like Amazon or Uber. Like it's quite common, and the reason is because it allows a project to scale to the areas where they normally wouldn't go. Is because of the expertise. So yeah, like we're giving people tool, right? And what they're going to do with that, it's up to them.
Yeah. I think some of those, and talking about solutions, that the folks that are providing the tools for all the market participants, it always really interests me because you really don't know how much of an impact that'll be able to create on all sorts of these different niches like you're talking about. So really happy that you guys are building in the space. You guys are really innovative, and you guys are constantly pushing out new features, and I know a lot of people like it. So really excited to see what all is to come. Speaking about that, I know I was using Ethereum a little bit recently, and I noticed all these different kind of data analytics in different places, and that they have a lot of different things, and it just made me realize how much just the vast expanse that you all have to expand to as Stacks grows. So really excited for you guys.
Yeah, it's inevitable. Like this kind of model is going to work in analytics, whatever blockchain is out there. It's just people are coming up with the new ideas and new projects, so you cannot possibly cover it all.
Yeah. So as you guys continue to develop, what all are you guys aiming to work on right now? Are there any particular features that you're trying to push, or Just curious of that on that front.
So short term, it's mostly our focus on DeFi, like extracting like interesting information from the like exchanges, Alex, Arcadico, Swap Stacks, um, and give like unified view on the ecosystem, so you can compare exchanges, like see the price differences, like there are some arbitrage opportunities. The other, like our area we're going to attack is the building like marketplace of data, or like collaborative landscape where people can help each other to build some interesting data solutions based on blockchain. So like dashboards is the custom dashboards is one of the steps in that direction. We have big plans in this area.
Yeah. For the dashboards, I was curious as if a project, I know a lot of these DeFi projects, they're working on trying to spin up like some analytics pages for their own stuff. Are they going to be able to essentially use these dashboards on their site, or is it going to be something where you want folks to come to Stacks on Chain to find that information?
Well, we have API, right? So, and the API is intended for project owners. So right now there is no connection between dashboards and API, so it's not exposed. But that's one of the things we want to add to extend the API, so it will cover needs of project owners. So we have really good, healthy relationships with a lot of projects. And we are not trying to like replace their functionality. We're just trying to do like this dirty job like nobody wants to do. But dealing with like low-level data is not fun. It's one of the most annoying things you can do, like when you're trying to run your business. So we try and take on this role. I forgot to mention, by the way, is that the other one big area we trying to cover is the creating notifications. So like we see the state of the blockchain. We know a lot of things happening, and it's but there is no like feedback. Like there is no way right now to get notification when something specific happened. So like whatever price moved, or like NFT projects start like selling a lot of stuff, or there is a like big funds movement between accounts. This is the like something we want to cover as well. Like it's I think this is a missing part in majority of analytics tools. There are like projects on Ethereum, for instance, where this is as a separate project, but really it belongs to analytics, like the data platform, because data platform has all this information already.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense that you already have access to all of this data. It would be really useful to have that in such a way where people can come in, and I could see that people come in and set custom notifications or things like that where, maybe I know on other blockchains, they might have a certain wallet they're interested in, what's this kind of big head honcho doing, or what are some more macro sort of things on a particular project of interest.
Right.
And, I know a lot of these people that are even building NFTs and other things, they're fairly worried about, what's happening on the day to day, are they going to wake up and something awful happened? And if they could get notifications of something, some very big change in the market conditions or whatnot, they might be able to respond quicker if there's like a spam attack or a hack or something like that too. So,
yeah, it's important part in like your investment strategy is to like whether it's exit strategy or entrance strategy. The common thing is that it's based on time. So like 5 minutes later could be too late. So you need some automatic tool to handle that for you, and that's what we're trying to build.
Mm-hmm. Also, this is something that we like to ask all the folks that are in the accelerator is how's the experience been so far? How's it going? And for anyone that's in the early stages of building, do you have any advice for those folks?
So accelerator for us personally was absolutely fantastic. And the reason is that both me and I and Carl are both engineers, and our background is like heavily like skewed towards tech itself, like building stuff. And what we don't have much is this entrepreneurial experience, and the accelerator provides exactly this. So it opens up the doors for investors and to investors, and there is a mentorship program which is quite good, and it allow us to bootstrap very quickly. I'm enjoying that a lot. Like it's all the conversations, all the meetings I have with other people. It was absolutely pleasure so far.
Yeah, that's really awesome to hear, and that's what we hear so much of is really what they're able to provide. Also interesting, always like to ask too, getting to interact with all the other people that are building. Do you guys get to form a lot of friendships? I know a lot of people, I know you guys are very busy, but is it a good chance to also meet the other people that are building in the space and maybe form some lasting partnerships or friendships?
Right. Yeah. There are a lot of really good projects out there, and everyone is very committed to success of the whole ecosystem. And there is a lot of help around. Like I can ping on the Discord people, and usually it's always almost immediate response whenever the question is. Yeah, I don't know. I had expectation that it's more like people compete with each other, but this is more collaboration rather than competing. At least it's my experience so far. And the great thing is that what helps us is that when we talk to anyone, they always mention that they're using our website to do some stuff, which I'm really glad to hear.
Yeah, and yeah, I think for anyone out there that in Stacks, if they haven't stumbled across your site, I know I got it bookmarked, and it's really valuable tool. When you have in some ways, if you have different wallets and you want to track what's going on with your portfolio, the valuations or NFT
Right.
projects, or you have a certain NFT collection, you want to see if there's some alpha for some certain items. There's just so much value in what you guys have already built, and yeah, anybody out there that isn't familiar with it, I'm advocating for them, go on there and test it out. It's a really useful tool.
Yeah, go to NFT Alpha page and you will see quite a lot of interesting, like low-hanging fruits.
Yeah.
They disappearing very quickly though. So
It's interesting to see too. There's certain projects where there's almost like a different valuation thesis where people they might view floor items differently. The graph that you would expect to see isn't what you see on all of the projects, and I always find it interesting too. You're almost getting a look inside like how groups of people think that are investors in that, and without what you guys have built, I don't know how else you'd be able to really see that. So it's really interesting.
yeah, that was the reason both I and Carl were building our projects in the beginning. Is we just wanted to know what's going on, right? And they were quite interesting, like revelations on the way.
Going forward, and maybe the distant future, a couple of years from now, where do you expect you guys to be? I know that can be kind of a tough question because we live in a very fast moving world, but
right. Yeah. So in 2 years, it's we actually have a roadmap for exactly 2 years ahead, and it's very ambitious roadmap. one of the things we want to, like big thing we want to do is to go cross-chain and like Bitcoin first and then Ethereum to bring like our developed tools to other blockchains. It's already quite ambitious because Ethereum is by far the largest DeFi platform, NFT platform. There are tons of projects and a lot of data. So from technical point of view, it's pretty hard, especially if you want to enable like this free access or like flexible access to blockchain data to query the way you want it. The other thing is we really want to build a community of builders who will work on our platform to satisfy the needs and help each other to grow faster. That's another quite ambitious target because building community is hard. You need to dedicate quite a lot of time on this and specifically get like really good people, attract right kind of people, those who like builders at heart, who want to contribute and grow the whole platform. Those two targets are already like quite big, and if we can achieve it, it's going to be a great success. We have like smaller targets too, like extension of API, the going deeper to like DeFi, providing like more value for paying customers, like finer granularity of information, more real-time information, something like that. So those are important targets too.
Yeah, and I can imagine with the developments and stacks itself, with the hyperchains, and there's discussions of app chains. There's just going to be lots and lots more different data to be querying and trying to work with. So that I can see that being a challenge and a probably great triumph as well.
Yeah, it's a moving target. The stacks iterates very quickly. Like if you look what those guys are doing, it's quite amazing how much work they do. As far as I know, for instance, like API node is like couple guys only.
Wow.
And they've been shipping like crazy, especially recently. So for us, it's like it's on one hand, it's great because they pushing new features, but then we need to absorb those features because we are so low level, like we're so close to the blockchain itself. So like every single time they change something, it affects us in some way.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, and that I can see that making it for a very volatile week in terms of what to be spending your time on and building on. But that's just more credit to you guys for you guys keep on shipping as well. So yeah.
And this quick iteration create this dynamics, which is like pushes us towards like more infrastructure role at the ecosystem, which we're happy to take on and like allow other projects to focus on the business rather than like tinkering with like low level details. So we're quite happy to do that.
Yeah. And I know in terms of internally what me and Zero and other folks talk about within our DAO too is, if we can help provide solutions that can help these people that are building these awesome projects, if we can keep them building, focusing on what they're really great on, and then we provide them with some tooling or things that help them progress, it's just going to be best for all the ecosystem. We're just providing accelerant, right?
Right.
So it's kind of a very macro flywheel sort of thing. So
yeah,
yes, the same way.
the thing I really like about Stacks is that like Stacks has a grant system, like, and it's a thing on its own, and it helped to bootstrap quite a lot of interesting projects which benefit the whole ecosystem. So that's one, and people there are quite responsive and very good in like giving you feedback, and you can see that they focus on the quality and the growth of the ecosystem.
Yeah. So for folks that are going to be tuning in, where can they find out more about you and the I guess the rest of the team, and also where can they go to use Stacks on Chain today?
Yeah, you go to stacksonchain.com, and it's very well developed website with a lot of we pay a lot of attention to a lot of details, except one thing. It's about page, which is currently not very complete, but we're working on that.
Awesome. And then for people that are looking to reach out to you or Carl as well, you guys are on Twitter, I believe, and
yeah, we're on Twitter. Like if you go to about page, there will be a Twitter handle. You can contact us anytime. DMs are open, so
yeah.
Please don't spam us.
And then for folks that are looking to create their own dashboards and all of that, they I believe you can do that via the Stacks on Chain site, right? Anybody can come in currently and create their own dashboards, right?
Yeah. The only condition, you should have like Hero wallet plugin on your browser. That's the only condition right now. We have Discord as well. So where there are quite a few people who already built some dashboards and know how to do this. So if you need help building dashboard, you can always go to our Discord. We have some documentation as well, which is fairly comprehensive and should give you a good head start, like into understanding what is available. And one of the things was quite successful in educating people what you can do. If you go to the custom dashboards page, and on every dashboard, on every chart, there is this icon information which shows you the SQL which was used to build this dashboard. You can use that to see how it's done, how sausage is done. It's, you can just take someone else's query and then modify it for your needs and get what exactly you need.
Yeah, that's really valuable information right there. Yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time today, Russ. Any final words? Any closing statements?
No, the Stacks on Chain has a long path ahead. We've done quite a lot of work in the recent times, and with the help with other projects and accelerator, we hope to get to completely new level. So please come to our website and learn as well, and it could be your job someday. Like we're planning to add a bounty system where you can get paid for building dashboards for others. So that could be one of the ways for people to learn and earn in the future.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very valuable in the future. It's already valuable today. So really appreciate the conversation here, Russ, and thank you so much. And I think we'll probably be reaching out to be doing a Twitter space with you all sometime in the next few weeks. And so for the folks out there, keep an eye on that as well.
Thank you.